Welcome, all you buck fixed blade lovers from around the world to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the buck pit. Today we're going to talk about buck fixed blades. I'm going to show my full buck fixed blade collection, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why I prefer buck fixed blades over any other fixed blade. Now, it does not mean that other fixed blades are bad. There are a lot of great fixed blades out there. And it doesn't mean that buck fixed blades are the best. There are far superior fixed blades than buck fixed blades out there, but this is why I prefer them. One of the main reasons I prefer a buck fixed blade is because of their forever warranty. And whereas if I should ever have any problem, break a blade, or something goes wrong, I can send it back to the buck factory, no questions asked, and they're going to take care of me. Now, they have a huge history in fixed blades. They created the Buck 119, the original one, with an old file. Here's an example of a 119. This is the 75th anniversary Cocobolo brass and 420. Yes, they made their very first one out of an old file. And whereas it had more of a sway to the tip, it's a legend. And they call buck the edge of a legend. There's a lot of heritage to buck knives in America and the hunting community. Here is another 119. This was a limited release, an oxide black coated blade, green micarta, brushed brass, and you can see the pommel is different than the traditional 119. It's got some leather in there also. Those are probably good for, hunting, skinning. The Buck 120 General, they developed this for bigger game like moose, elk. You got your blood groove. Yes, I know it's called a fuller. You don't have to correct me. I like to call it a blood groove because that's what it is. This one is Cocobolo. Whoa, disaster. And D2. Now, this is the Heritage series. The old one had D2. The new one looks just like this with aluminum, Cocobolo, and 420 high carbon. I do really like their D2. I'm not sure why they went away from it. It is awesome with their Boss heat treat. And, if you're not going to skin a moose, this is great in the kitchen, actually. One of my favorites of the heritage or traditional style bucks would be the Buck 117 Brahma. Now, I've been looking for a stacked leather version of this for a while. I know Boston Blade Reviews has one. This is also, like I said, D2 Cocobolo aluminum. There's something about the size. It's really fitting for me. The 119 is really nice, but it's a little excessive to carry. Like, this can pretty much get done most anything I need to get done in the woods. Now, all these are hollow ground, which makes them slicier. They've been proven over the years. There are plenty of fixed blades that are 1095 carbon steel, flat grind. You can beat the crap out of, you can split logs with, and you can watch those videos on, Joe X, and he loves to destroy knives, and that's fantastic. It's not about, can your fixed blade take a beating? Now, another great fixed blade channel would be Peterbilt Knife Guy. He's not a huge buck fan. He used to like them, but he kind of destroys them a bit. But it's not whether or not your fixed blade can take a complete beating. This isn't a special sheath that I purchased. You can get at the Buck website. You can strap it to your gear. Much better than the one that it comes with, for sure. He beats the crap out of them, and I don't do that. Heck, I'm lucky to cut a fish with this. What do we have here? Oh, it's an April buck of the month 2024, 152. It is basically a 112 Ranger, nickel silver, ebony, bearhead. But this one is Boss Heat treated S35 VN. Thinner than a 112. Feels great in the hand. This one would be a really nice one to carry, but being so collectible, I don't carry it that much. I really should. When it comes down to what I carry and what I don't carry in fixed blades, I'll generally carry the thrashers. I'll carry this 117. And then, well, let's move on over here. Kind of a modern buck fixed blade. These are flat grind and not hollow grind. Purpose built for hunting. This is the Alpha Pro Hunter. And it is also Boss Heat treated S35 VN. Check out the jimping right here and on the back of the spine. Got a nice finger choil to lock in. This is Dynalux Maple. Really nice diamond pattern in here for good grip. Through a Baxter's Blades bead on there. Gotta have a lanyard on your fixed blade. Absolutely love this knife. This is something that I would more likely carry on a hike or camping than these classics. My go-to EDC fixed blade when I carry a fixed blade around town would be this Alpha Pro Scout, because it is small in the sheath. You can even put it in your back pocket and cover it with your shirt. You could Scout carry this on your belt. Now the sheath is not set up for a Scout carry, but you could probably find one that works. They do have this in Magna Cut, G10, and a Kydex sheath. And this is their green rich light. Absolutely love this knife. I don't carry fixed blades much. I do carry modern flippers, modern folders, slip joints, more than I carry fixed blades. But around town, when I want to carry a fixed blade, this would be my go-to. We have a Randy's WSG bead on here. Well, to get into some more of their collectible knives, and I've showed these recently, not too long ago. I found at an antique store up in Everett, Washington. This 120 General, and what I loved about this one so much is it is the Lucite or Lucilite. It's a very interesting older synthetic material, very durable, and it's stacked. And you can get them in colors. They put these on Buck 110s, Buck 112s. It's something they use more in the old days. when they wanted a good durable synthetic. It's practically indestructible. You can see here, this is one of 150 collectible knives celebrating 20 years of Buck Collectibles knives. This is a BCCI, which you don't know, it is a Buck Collectors Club edition, exclusive to them. What an amazing Buck 120 General. No lanyard. I'm assuming this is 420 high carbon, though it doesn't say. I probably will not actually carry and use this because of its collectible value. And then the big boy. Yes. The ultra rare Buck 124. And where it's not rare, you can find them at the Buck website. This one has serrations. This has the rat tang. It's not a full tang. It's got, I'm not sure if this looks like elk to me. And it looks like desert ironwood, aluminum. You got your micarta spacer here through this awesome bead I got from Nice Slice up there in beautiful British Columbia. You can see it has the Idaho stamp there, the first year that they were produced in Idaho. Kind of a Bowie knife. You know, you use it to defend yourself against a bear, of course. And then you can skin it up and make bear jerky. I've thought about selling this or trading this, and there is a member of the community that showed interest. And, well, Brian, I'll reach out to you if I ever decide to sell this one. But this is my very first Buck 124. I don't think I'll ever see one like this. So we'll see. If I ever need to thin out my collection, I will. Now, a lot of people would prefer the full tang for durability. I have seen tests with the Buck 124, and they stand up. You might get a little rolling to the blade if you're hammering down hard on like a bolt, but flesh is soft, and that's what you're going to be using this for. You can use it for more. If you want to hack down trees and logs, get a machete. Now, I'm not dissing on those channels that do fixed blade tests where they check the durability, because a lot of people like that. But there's this trend where everybody wants the best fixed blade there is known to man, because I'm going to be out there surviving in an apocalyptic situation and I don't want it to break. Well, if that happens, I guess I'll be dead. But if I use any of these and something happens to them, I'm sure Buck would be more than happy to do me right and fix this up. And whether or not they'll have this blade in stock or they can make one in the custom shop, I don't know. This might be a tough one to replace. They might just put a normal 124 blade on it. But I don't know if they can, because this is a rat tang and the other ones are full tang. Maybe they'll just offer to give me another 124. I don't know if this one's replaceable. These, I don't see these breaking at all anytime soon. Look at the blade stock on that. Very durable. Now, I'm not splitting logs with that. It's going to be food prep. These are all hunting specific, these Alpha Pro series. This is a collectible piece. They make fantastic knives, in my opinion, and I choose them because, well, they're forever warranty, how they stand behind their product. They'll back you. They don't ask questions. They'll just fix it, and I've never had a problem with them. A lot of people claim that 420 is not a good steel. It gets dull. They've been using it for years. They've probably been using it for about 100 years before they started bringing in these super steels, and they worked just fine. Just learn how to sharpen your knife. If you're too much of a wussy and don't want to learn how to sharpen your knife, I don't know, get a super steel. And you still, when it goes dull, eventually, because all steels eventually go dull, you'll still have to sharpen it. And these are even harder to sharpen than 420. Well, that bird agrees for sure. Well, I appreciate you checking out my full buck fixed blade collection and joining me in the Tiger Pit, aka the Buck Pit. I appreciate you all watching. I hope you're having a fantastic summer. You all have a great weekend. And remember, be kind, stay sharp, and take chances. Take care.